Dick Cheney died today. Emphasis, Dick Cheney.
Didn't he tell Harry Reid to go F himself in the Capitol?
Yeah, he did. He told a lot of people that. He also shot a donor in the face. Remember that?
Donation's not big enough.
Remember when he took the dude hunting?
That was duck. They were duck
They were
hunting.
duck hunting.
Yeah.
I thought you were a duck. He had heart failure. They couldn't find it. That was the problem. They were looking around for it. Like, where is it? Chad. This is the way I feel about Dick Cheney. And I don't care about him endorsing Kamala or any of that crap. Look, I would have done the same damn thing if that was my daughter that Trump was going after and that she felt that she was on that. Who wouldn't, right? That's your kid. That being said, let's take away that. You lied your ass off and got us in a war that cost trillions of dollars and how many lives? How many? I know he's got that. Whatever. So rest in peace. God bless you. Or whatever. And I hope that your family's doing well. You lived to be 84. Not a lot of people thought you were going to live that long. You outlived your sell-by date, especially with a guy. How many heart attacks did he have? Check that out, Ken. How many heart attacks? Didn't he have several heart attacks?
Let me see here.
Go
to my unnamed AI.
Solid.
Here.
Solid.
I'm not going to fall into that.
Don't do it. Don't do it, people. Name that thing.
Did Dick Cheney.
Wasn't it like he had did he have a heart transplant? Like 5 or 6?
Well, I believe he did have a heart transplant.
And he had 5. Yeah, they had to find him one.
5 heart attacks.
Yeah. He's like, I'd like one from a kid that's got smiles.
I mean, the first one was in 78.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, how long he lived and, all that sulfur or whatever. It's not very nice, Chad. Again, I don't care about what he said about Trump. That was my kid. I'm protecting my kid. But, yeah, what were you going to say, Bill? You had something to say about the sulfur?
He's just breathing too much in from where he lives.
Yeah, But the 5 heart attacks and a heart transplant.
Last one was in 2010.
Yeah. So he obviously had.
And that's when he had the transplant.
Yeah, and then he had a defibrillator in his shoulder. And he had pneumonia. And, I mean, he lived a long time. Think about it. You had your heart attack in the 70s.
Yeah.
And you lived all the way until the 2025.
Yeah, he got the heart transplant in 2012.
Man. Yeah, so.
And I heard something earlier today. Apparently, he was a 3-pack a day.
Yes.
For like 20 years. Smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
That is not good for you. That is not good for you. And I don't like the fact that people are making fun of his family over this and stuff. I think that's childish. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Let Trump can deal with his own fights, right? Let them deal with it. For me, it's always been about the ridiculous amounts of crap that we get into. Afghanistan was a different story. Obviously, we were attacked. There needed to be a reaction. The reaction lasted a long time, longer than it should have. But there was no reason for us to be in Iraq. No reason for us to be in Iraq outside of the oil. Well, Chad, that's not true. We didn't get into the oil. Again, it's not about you getting the oil. It's about the oil companies getting the oil. Stop making this about you, America. Oh, the voters in New York are speaking.
Gibberish.
Yeah. Gibberish. Gibberish indeed. You know what they're going to say? Mondani. Fine. Great. First of all, Trump came out and endorsed Cuomo. How could you do that? First of all, can I just say, how tone deaf do you have to be? The balls to run in New York after you sent everybody's grandparents to the grave during COVID. And then you played, Governor Touchy McFeely with a bunch of people. And then what happens? You're running again as this should show you everything you need to know about modern politics. These people are so addicted to it, to politics, to the power, that a guy that used to be governor, that right before everything went sideways, you remember they were talking about him. Maybe he should run for president. He could run against Trump. Maybe he should. People were like, just how much they loved him. Oh, he's all the things. Look at the way he's handling COVID. Look at the way he's killing all the old people in old folks' homes. Whoa. And he's addicted to it. He's not going to win. Mondani's going to win, and fine. You know, I saw Stephen Miller out there going, we can't have this here, and we can't have that, and Trump's doing this. Trump loves it because, first of all, Mondani loves it. Every time Trump talks about Mondani, it raises Mondani's brand, and he likes it. Trump probably also likes sparring with somebody under 114. But when I hear people saying, today is a referendum on Trump, well, any party in power, any election could be a referendum on them. So that's neither here nor there. Today says more about the Democrats, though, because of Mondani. It says far more. That they're over the status quo. They don't want the corporatism and the crap that's going on. And they want somebody who, you know, doesn't say stuff like, I was on the tic-tac like the young kids. No. TikTok, sir. TikTok. Yeah, the tic-tacs are good. I like them. I remember back in the day when I used to have a certs. Certs.
Were your favorite the orange?
Oh, I like the orange. Those were really good, too. The mint flavor was very nice back in the day. I'd have a sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
What are all these words by the pound sign?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a hashtag.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I can't believe that's happening. Yeah, so it's one of those things that's going, you know what? This is a referendum against them. This is. He's going to win. And the Republicans freaking out about this, let it happen. Why not? You know, I used to do, here's another one of my animal stories. I used to I had big saltwater tanks for a long time. And when you get a saltwater tank, you don't just pour saltwater in there and throw your fish in there. You have to get the balance and everything correctly. Then what do? Well, we had sharks. My buddy Rusty had big tanks. We had sharks and we had octopuses and stuff like that and different kinds of tanks and stuff. You know what you do? You go buy the $2.99 cheap fish that we called the tester fish and you throw it in. And if it lives, you put the stuff that's going to eat it in there. You don't throw your expensive stuff. Meaning, hey, America, let's see what it looks like. We have a chance to see what Mondani's dream is going to be and whether or not the rich are going to flee the city or not. And we'll go from there. The amount of money, though, that flew into New York, a vast majority of it was Democrats going after him more than anything else. So let's let it see what it looks like. He's not going to do anything. First of all, let's say he wants to put in all of the stuff. Free for everybody. Rent control. Everything's free. We're going to take all everybody's money. How are you going to do that? Kathy Hochul's not going to let you do that. You still have an entire city council you have to deal with. They're not going to just carte blanche allow you to go in and do whatever you want. So how does this actually go about happening? It doesn't. He's going to run into roadblock after roadblock. He's going to get frustrated. But I'll tell you one thing he's done. He took Donald Trump's playbook of populism and played it. Instead of saying it's illegal immigrants' fault, it's, big corporations' fault. Cross that out. It is government's fault. The Biden, it's all his fault. Cross it out. Billionaires' fault. He changed a few things and ran with it. So let's see what he's got to offer. Right? Let it play itself out. Because I think what they're going to find out is he's going to run into a wall like a lot of people did in politics across the board. Arnold Schwarzenegger thought I'm going to come in and change everything, going to crush everyone's soul and be the great governor, and then I go and do all these things. And then he got in there and the unions destroyed him. In the last the last years of his governorship, he was just neutered. Let's see what it looks like. This will be interesting. It will be. And I do think he's going to win. And the other part of it is, too, the Democrats suck. They have nobody that's young and energetic. You heard Hakeem Jeffries at the top of the hour. My goodness me. He's awful, right? Chuck Schumer's 700 years old. They have nobody else worth a damn outside of a few Democratic governors that, can do anything. So let's put them to the test. Let's see what they've got. And this guy is going to the TikTok. He's going to the clubs. He's talking to everybody. And the funny thing is when I hear he's a Muslim. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Go and look how many Jews endorsed him. The synagogues and everything all endorsed the hell out of him. So very interesting. Snap. We're still snapping it down for those of you not keeping score. Back to court we head.
The groups and localities that have taken this into court say the administration is failing to abide by the Rhode Island-based federal judge's ruling, and now they want it enforced. A USDA official submitted a sworn declaration to the court yesterday saying partial payments from SNAP's contingency fund could take weeks, if not months, to distribute. The plaintiffs say the judge should order the government to pay out this month's benefits in full. He has ordered the administration to respond in writing by close of business tomorrow. He's also scheduled a hearing on Thursday.
So this is going to go on for a while. And we were all talking about a little while ago, if you guys last hour were talking about the what-if scenario that we see this thing go through the next 2 weeks, get close to Thanksgiving or even to Thanksgiving. Ken and I were trying to put our heads together and go, oh, my God, what if you bought your tickets? Like right now, my stepdaughter's here, and she's my daughter. I've raised her. I love her to death. She's my daughter. And she's autistic, and she gets a little, when she flies, it's got to be perfect. Not the flight. It could be bumpy. But the getting on smooth, the easier it is, the better. My wife's like, I'm going to have to drive her home, potentially, if this thing keeps going this way. You can't leave her there for 3 or 4 hours. And looking at the lines, Ken, do we have any information about B&A? Is it bad at all?
I have not seen.
It seems to be one day, one air traffic control area seems to be bad, and then another airport in another state is. It doesn't seem to be every day the same place outside of Houston.
It's almost as if it's staggered.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is it's an ugly situation, and it's going to get uglier. And we're heading into the holidays. And if we got through Thanksgiving, the amount of chaos I think this would cause would definitely put a ruin on the Christmas, if you will, which could send us into a mini recession. And maybe that's what the Democrats think. And I keep telling everybody, this is not about SNAP. This is still about health care cost and the subsidies. That's what this is. So this is not about SNAP and whether or not people got their SNAP benefits. And this is about health care costs. That's why the government's not open, whether or not the subsidies should be renewed or not, at what level they should be renewed. And the Republicans say, we'll fix it later. And the Democrats say, we don't trust you. I don't trust either of you. But somebody's got to give. And still, maybe tonight, if the Republicans surprised in a couple places in Virginia and New Jersey, that you could see the Democrats going, okay, we're really missing it here. But if the Democrats go and boat race some of these things, Mondani wins big, Virginia, she's going to win probably, but Spanberger, and she wins big. And then if it's the same thing in New Jersey, which is supposed to be a close race, and then you see Prop 50 in California become a blowout, then maybe the Republicans go, okay, well, maybe we need to figure something out. I don't know. Or maybe they just all stand pat and do nothing. They'll go with B. Coming up. Hot Take Tuesday. Hot Take. Remember your hot takes here when you text us or tweet at us at Chad Benson Show. Your hot take is non-political, can be about anything. Something crazy, something wild, something entertaining, just not politics. If you're missing the show, shame when you grab the podcast. It is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. All right, it's that portion of the day, which is Tuesday. We talk about the things that matter most to us. Hot takes. Hot take. Hot take. Hot take Tuesdays. Put that out.
That reminds me of something, and I can't remember what it was.
Whatever it is, it's awesome.
It's in a movie. It's a girl band in a movie. Oh. Maybe it was on Married to Children. I'll have to find the audio.
Did you find the audio? It's Hot Take Tuesdays, where we give you our hot takes. Somebody said earlier, and I saw this, there's no way you should have Christmas lights up until after Thanksgiving. Shame! I think the minute Halloween is over, 12:01, you turn that Christmas music on, you get those chestnuts roasting by that open fire, and you take out all of your Santa Claus stuff and start rocking it, baby.
And you get holly jolly, or else you're going to get your ass beat.
That's it. Holly.
Uncle Clark, are you Santa Claus?
Oh, my Lord. I'm telling you, that's my hot take. I think Christmas begins right after Halloween, and you can rock it and have fun and fly your freak flag of Christmas all the time, because why effing not, baby?
Oh, that's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
Using the fiddlesticks word.
That's right. 2934 says, I don't care about airlines being shut down, right? I don't give a blank. I've never been on a plane. I don't know if I'd brag about that. And I drive a truck for a living, so why do I care if the airlines don't fly? Well, you probably would if a lot of the stuff that you want couldn't get to where it needed to go. And a lot of stuff, and it's not, it's always remember this in that kind of situation, not always about you.
Well, no, a lot of stuff is shipped by air.
A lot of shit.
FedEx and Amazon have their own planes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But if you don't have air traffic control, you ain't flying around by yourself. You guys know Todd's house? Yeah, park right there. Okay, fantastic. All right, Belle, what do you got for us?
There were 3 segments of hair bands. You had the first wave, the second wave, and the third. The first wave was original and had guys that were doing things that hadn't been done before, like your Motley Crues, your Rats, your Bon Jovis, your Poisons. Then you started getting into the second wave, which was basically a ripoff of the first wave. And then you got your third wave, which was just clown shoes pretending that they knew that they were doing and had any good songs.
Okay.
There's the Beltanica of music right there, folks.
That's right. I like the Beltanica.
He knows.
And you really went after the likes of Great White earlier.
Yeah, they're just the repetitive, redundant. There's nothing really original about them.
Now, they were 4 years prior to Motley Crue.
No, but they didn't get big. They didn't break through till well after Motley Crue had.
Yeah, well, not here. They were big in Europe.
No,
It's
we're
weird.
not talking about Europe.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
Nobody likes Europe.
Yes, they do. That's a good band. I like Europe. Didn't they go to the Final Countdown?
The only thing that they have going for them is being Swedish.
The Swedes. The Swedes. You socialist. Once again, not socialist. I don't know how many times I have to explain that to people. So, Ken, what do you got for us?
All right, so I forgot my lunch today.
Uh-oh.
That's not good for a fat boy whenever you have access to a vending machine. So when you forget to take your lunch to work, Cheez-Its turn office despair into crunchy hope.
Too easy to please.
But here's the thing. I just got the last bag of Cheez-Its.
Uh-oh.
I can't live on one bag of Cheez-Its.
You might have to. You're going to get all snarly. We're going to have to give you a Snickers bar.
No, he's going to have to go downstairs and check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's where all the elitists are in this building.
They do live downstairs. They do. Upstairs, downstairs.
There's got to be something down there.
There is. Absolutely. You know what? We should tell Matt to bring you food. Matt, we need you to bring you food.
Hey, Matt, can you bring Ken some Whataburger?
Yeah, something like that. A burger, something like that. He needs it. Right.
No, that's a slippery slope, boys. I can't eat.
You can have one. Nobody's saying you have to eat all of them. We're not there. All right. By the way, when you go look up Great White, the first thing that comes up is, all the people that died in the fire. Remember that fire?
I do remember that. That was terrible.
That was absolutely horrible.
It's like 100 people died, and that was before the show even started.
Yeah. Man, that is crazy. That was
terrible.
horrible. And it's like that's what your band's remembered for now. 100 people, including band member Tide Longley, died. So that was inside of a small club, right?
Yeah,
it was
it was in a club.
downstairs with only one exit.
Mm-hmm.
And they did pyrotechnics indoors.
And they did pyrotechnics indoors underneath flammable ceiling panels.
Yeah, that's not good. That was not a smart thing to do.
When I met them, I got autographs from all of them, and they were saying like silly stuff like, "Hey man, rock on," and "Thanks for coming out, dude." And the Capitol rep took the paper up to Jack Russell and whispered in his ear, And he brought the paper back after Jack had signed it, and I looked at it and it said, "Hey, man, F you, Jack Russell."
Oh, here's some hot takes. My daughter already has her Christmas tree up. Solid take. All ska music sounds the same. Yes, it kind of does. But I love ska music, so it doesn't matter.
What's ska music?
Think of the reggae meets a little bit of punk.
Oh, okay.
Like the Specials and English
Lots of steel
beat.
drums.
Yeah. You know, stuff like that. I mean, it's fun, right? Like, I love me some ska, but it does kind of all sound the same.
Spiderwebs by No Doubt's probably a good example.
Okay.
But you know what? If you go the Rude Boy, when you go back and you look at not only the English beat, but the Specials, they were a little bit different, but still.
I like the English beat.
Yeah, I love the English beat. Let's see here for us. Christmas lights all year on. There you go. Brings you joy. That's all that matters. All that matters right there.
We've had our Christmas lights on out there on the balcony since last year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Now you know what they do? They sell those lights where you can get them, and you can change them. So during the summer, it's like, oh, they're white lights, and it gives ambience to the yard. And then at Christmas, you're like, You know the Christmas I still like, though? Those old 70s and 80s ghetto lights that if you tried it, they're always 300 degrees.
Yes, the big bulbs.
The big bulbs, and you touch them, you burn yourself.
Yes.
And it starts to burn the wax around it off. Those are my favorites.
And if one goes out, the whole chain.
The whole tree's
That's
screwed.
That's it.
Whole tree's screwed. All right, coming up. I know, I got all kinds of stuff. Talk maybe a little bit more about election. Marjorie Taylor Greene was on The View today. She went into the nest of vipers. Talk a little bit about that. Bunch of other good stuff. You missing the show? Shame! Grab the podcast. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.
Nest of hens.
Election night. It's a referendum on Trump. Everything's a referendum on who's ever in power. I mean, when has it not been? So, and the races, I mean, some of the races are Prop 50. A lot of people looking at that. That's California trying to redistrict to try to make up for what Texas did and redistricting themselves. And California had to take it to a vote because they put it in their constitution that it was going to be, nonpartisan group of people that drew up the districts. And once Texas did what it did, Gavin Newsom realized, this is my chance to make noise. And so Prop 50 came in and all this money's flooded in there and they're going to pick up 5 seats. Texas is interesting. It's a little different because, well, they've got their 5 districts and we'll see what ends up happening because everything, the way they draw, it's going to go, probably lawsuit after lawsuit. But some of the ones they've drawn, it's going to be very close. It'll probably lean right this time, but it may not lean right for long because demographics shift. So in the hope to get this, be careful what you wish for. And the same thing goes for something like Mom Dami in New York City. Yeah. So he is going to win. Can he get over that 50% hurdle? And, I mean, Cuomo hopes he doesn't. Cuomo hopes that it ends up just being him and Sliwa, and there's going to be some sort of massive runoff. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, explain the difference. What is the difference between a Democrat, a democratic socialist, and a communist?
Well, I'm a democratic socialist who's also a Democrat.
Right.
And when I say I'm a democratic socialist, I explain it in the words of Dr. King from decades ago, who said that call it democracy or call it democratic socialism, there must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country.
Right.
And what I actually find is that when you're speaking to New Yorkers, they ask you less how you describe your politics and more whether there's room for them in that politics.
First of all, why do you get to decide how you distribute wealth? You know what's funny is the Republicans, Reagan, trickle-down economics. Democrats, trickle-down economics. One of them is government is going to trickle down your money. The other one is corporations will trickle down and everybody will have some. It feels kind of the same.
And which one's more efficient?
That's the only thing that matters.
It ain't government.
It isn't government. And, crony capitalism. Look, trickle-down economics doesn't work the way it used to because the stock market has played a much larger role than it did back in the 70s and 80s. There's no doubt about that. These companies care about margins more than they ever have. Companies care about pleasing their shareholders more than, and it's understandable when you go into the stock market, but it's become such a situation where the trickle down really only trickles down to some of the shareholders and the groups and the powers that be that run the company. And that's a frustrating thing. Now, some companies are good, but a lot of it is you don't feel it the same way you did because times have changed. But government's always been trickle down, which is they're gonna decide what they do with your money and who gets it. That's it. And see, it's funny when he talks about the democratic socialists, everybody always points to the European model, in particular, the Nordic model. The Nordics, they're not socialist. They're a capitalist society with a big safety net. That's it. They tax you high, big safety net, and they go from there. It's not socialism. Everybody puts it into the same pool, and they get away with it differently because they've understood socialism. They tried that in the 70s. That's why they don't produce anything anymore, because everybody left. So he's going to, I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's going to win, and I think he will get over 50%. Outside of that, I don't know what it looks like for him.
Then he starts taxing people into leaving the state.
Yeah, which is already starting to happen. Yeah. People are worried that this is going to happen.
Because the government is not going to be able to efficiently run grocery stores or the buses or anything.
No. I mean, government is, because they're not built on efficiency. Government's not. I mean, we're just talking about like the SNAP thing's going away. Well, it's going to take them 2 to 4 weeks to get everything ready, and then another 2 to 4 weeks to get everything where they can distribute it. That wouldn't happen anywhere else. That wouldn't. You'd get it up and running in a day if you had to. Government's not about efficiency. Government is about doing the things that they need to do at the basic level and supplying you with something that is whether it's a bus ride or a train or, you getting your EBT at just, this is the level you get it at right here. You're not going above. You're getting just this. It's Hot Take Tuesday. Somebody said, can I give some hometown love to somebody? 6081, Hot Take. Henry Cruz Band is the best homegrown act since the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies?
Screaming Cheetah Wheelies. Yeah, they were a big act here in the early 90s.
Wait, what's that? What were they about?
They were kind of a bluesy rock and roll band. More rock than blues, but they had a lead singer who was a little bit of a wingnut, but they had some really great songs. We played them on KDF.
Oh, really? I like that.
They were signed to, I want to say Atlantic.
Really? Man, that's interesting. Screaming Cheetah
Wheelies.
Wheelies.
Correct.
Okay. I thought I said Willies.
No, wheelies.
Yeah.
As in, I'm going to do a wheelie.
I'm going to pop a wheelie.
Oh, God. As a kid. Remember when you pulled your first wheelie off?
Yep.
And you're like, this may be it. I don't know if the chicks are going to dig me any more than they can now.
Fell right back and skinned up my back.
Oh, yeah, but it was worth it.
It was.
It was worth it. That first time you jumped off the curb and you thought, my God, how high was I? Is there snow in my hair? I can't believe how high I went. It's not possible to get this high. It's crazy. Those were the days, kids. Those were the days. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she went into the viper's nest, the hen coop for all the housefrows at home. This is for you.
For me, I am unapologetically America first, and I'll do anything I can to work hard to save this country.
Maybe you should become a Democrat, Marjorie.
No, I'm not a Democrat. You want to know something? I'll say this. I think both parties have failed.
Yeah.
Both parties have failed.
This is worse. Yeah. He's worse. Sorry. You know that. He's still your favorite president. He goes against everything you just said.
Look, I like Donald Trump. I fought for him to win. I'm very thankful for the secure border. I'm friends with Lake and Riley's mother. And we saw I serve on Homeland Security. Over 12 million people came across our border. Over 2 million gotaways. These are terrorists, cartels, all kinds of criminals. We don't know where they are in this country, and that affects all of us. That's not a political party thing.
Yeah, that's not just one thing there. Joy, Behar. All right? That's more than just that. And I'd say this. You want to know why Trump's president? Because you guys failed, Democrats. You failed. You failed. You put up a hyena that maybe tips him back a few too many and never read any of the book reports that she had to give when she gave a speech. And then she picked a buffoon to be her running mate because anybody worth their weight who thought they had a political career wasn't going to go the way of Edwards and Kane, where you're never heard from again, and said, no chance I'm running on this ticket. And Biden was 107 and allowed everybody in the world to come over here. And if you want to know why Trump's there, it's because you're so bad. It's that simple. You're awful. You allow insane things to go on in your party and allow insane activists to run the party. And we're going to get into it next hour about the insanity of what's going on out there. And then you wonder why nobody is about what's going on. Well, but Trump this, but Trump that. Yeah. A lot of stuff I sit there and I go, I'm not a fan of what he did, but it is what it is. He's the president. I hope he does well. I want him to do well. But you have yourself to blame. And here you are a year later, and you're still trying to figure out, how do we get better? How do we talk to men? Man. You've lost common sense across the board. The mess we're in when it comes to health care, Republicans, you've done nothing outside of going, well, we're going to fix it afterwards. But Democrats, the mess is yours. Why? You came up with it. Obamacare, ACA, force people into this pool or fine them. It was never about health care. It was always about this is a law to withstand the test of court challenges, and that's what you got. And then prices went up. And we can go on and on. Look, both sides have failed gloriously through the years, but you continue to get in your own way. You do. And I joke, and Republicans out there celebrating this, I got news for you. If it wasn't for the fact that the Democrats suck, you'd be in trouble. But luckily for you, they're awful. And they seem to get worse every day. What do we say? If there are three choices, two of them are great, and you tell them what they are, and one is the worst ever, they're choosing that one. Because that's who they are. Coming up. Oh, my Lord. So much stuff still to get to. The Brits, we talked about them yesterday. Last hour we talked about them. They are this couple that's come over here to America. And they are throwing themselves into Americana. Okay? So they go to a Vols game. Then they go to Buc-ee's. Then they went to a Bass Pro Shop. But then they got a bunch of people flooding their DMs about their trip to Buc-ee's. So you know what you do then? You got to go back and do it right. Oh, talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. America! So last hour, we played these British couple. We played them yesterday. They went to Buc-ee's. Right? They were super excited. Then they went to a Vols game, and then they went to Bass Pro Shop. But they got hit up on their DMs about Buc-ee's. You didn't do it right.
Guys, we went back to Buc-ee's because we got so many complaints saying we didn't do it right. So we got everything that you suggested. Let's not see if you missed anything.
Beaver nuggets. We were looking for meat. And
yeah, we were
it's
expecting
actually
meat.
Looks like popcorn.
What is it?
Open it. Let's try one quick. Come on, use your muscles. We've been going to the gym for a reason, girl. Feed me.
It's like sugar coated.
Now, I love them. They are so fit. Like they're the beautiful people. But they're very down to earth. But they are like super fit. And they go in and they're sitting inside their RV or the car, whatever it is. They've got so much food. It is insane. And they're eating beaver nuggets. Come on in and see some beaver nuggets.
Kind of tastes like cereal.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
That is so good.
oh my God.
That's so bad for you, but that's so good. Peach cobbler. So many people said to get this, so I'm gonna try that as well. So sweet. It tastes like apple pie but peach pie.
I really don't want to.
No, it tastes like apple crumble but peach crumble. You'll like that.
No. No thanks.
Pecans, roasted pecans. I saw them making this and they looked pretty good, didn't they?
Is it a nut?
It's a nut. Then a highly requested Texas cheese steak burrito.
I've already eaten mine in like 2 bites. Literally 2 bites. And I also got a breakfast burrito, which I'm quite excited about.
So guys, did we miss anything else?
Nah, we got it good this
The
time.
nuggets are falling down.
The nuggets, not the beaver nuggets.
Not the beaver nuggets, mate. You know what's sad? You're going to have to go home one day. And you're going to be like, you know what sucks? This. Drinking a cup of tea, looking out the window, wondering when I'm going to boil my meat for dinner.
Oh, boil the meat.
I love it. Oh, my Lord. I love it. I do. I think it's just, it just shows you how blessed we are. I say it all the time, right? You're in America, other places around the world, there may be, a baseball field for you. But in America, we got a stadium, and you're born in the stadium with the opportunities. Yes, some people have better opportunities than others, but everybody's going to have a chance to get up to bat. And the rest of the world, even in the modernized rest of the world, they do not have beaver nuggets. They don't have beaver nuggets. You don't get any of that stuff. You know what you got? Sadness. There's no Buc-ee's. There's no Bass Pro Shop, which is amazing.
Now you have to cry.
My Bass Pro Shop that I went to. I've been to several of them, but I went to the one in Springfield, Missouri, which is where the guy's from, the guy who started Bass Pro Shop.
Have you been to the one here?
I've not been to the one here, but the one in Springfield, it's 2 blocks long. We were there for 8 hours.
How many square feet?
A gazillion. You know what was great? His gun collection was there, including Napoleon's gun that was like $4 or $5 million. It was leaving that day, going off to the Smithsonian or something. Yeah, it was amazing. Just incredible. That's who we are here. That's what we do, kids. Coming up, hour number 3 of the Chad Benson Show. That's it. Super Talk 99.7.